Again, it's the annual EHAS Top 25 for the 2011 college football season. This is segment 2. We'll be talking about teams ranked 16 to 20. Starting with number 20, the Wisconsin Badgers from the Big Ten Conference. 2011 looks to be a wide open year in the Big Ten Conference, so the Badgers have as good a chance as anybody to win the title. It is a rebuilding year for the Badgers, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, where they lose several key contributors vital to their success in 2010. Some of the losses include leading receiver tight end Lance Kendricks, the power running style of running back John Clay, the leadership and efficiency of quarterback Scott Tolzien, and a few big bodies along their NFL-style offensive line that was key to their power running style. Wisconsin nearly had 3 1,000-yard rushers in 2010. They do return 2 of those 3 in running backs James White and Monty Ball. It's important for Ball and White to carry on the tradition of Wisconsin football and run the ball effectively. The key to Wisconsin's passing game is the running game. Run the ball, suck up the defense, and hit them big with play-action pass. Number 19, the Boise State Broncos from the Mountain West Conference. Boise State kicks off the 2011 season with a neutral site meeting against the Georgia Bulldogs. A win against a quality SEC team like Georgia could get them even more respect than the win they had last year against Virginia Tech from the ACC. The Broncos moved from the WAC Conference to the Mountain West Conference, but there really wasn't a jump in any sort of conference prestige, considering that Utah left to join the Pac-12, TCU will be joining the Big East, and BYU became an independent. They do return one of the most efficient and accurate quarterbacks in college football with Kellen Moore, but he will be without his top 2 targets Titus Young and Austin Pettis. Also, his offensive coordinator Brian Harrison is now with the Texas Longhorns, so it'll be interesting to see if the Broncos have the same explosive offense in 2011. But with Kellen Moore, anything is possible for the Broncos. Number 18 is the BYU Cougars, an independent team. An interesting fact about the BYU Cougars is that they've already accepted an invitation to a bowl game for the 2011 season, so unless they make it to a BCS Bowl, you'll be seeing the Cougars play in the Armed Forces Bowl. Also, it'll be BYU's first season as an independent, so it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to the major change in schedule. BYU was one of the hottest teams the second half of the 2010 season. Much of that was due to the success of quarterback Jake Heaps. Heaps looks to be the next great quarterback from BYU. He really has the offense clicking and running on all cylinders. He has a good relationship with all his targets. One of the biggest things BYU has going for them for the 2011 season is that they returned 10 starters to their already potent offense. Number 17, the Missouri Tigers from the Big 12 Conference. Missouri has a tough non-conference game when they travel to Tempe to take on the Arizona State Sun Devils. This is a team that will test the speed of the Tigers, as the Sun Devils are one of the fastest all-around teams in the nation. The offense will be loaded again as they return 9 starters. The quarterback competition was a 2-man race between James Franklin and Tyler Gabbert, the younger brother of former great Blaine Gabbert. But after Gabbert transferred, it looks to be the job for James Franklin. Now Franklin's skill set is perfect for the Tigers' spread option attack, and he should blossom in the offense. The nation's 6th overall scoring defense in 2010 returned 6 starters. It'll be key for the Tigers to remain balanced on offense and also have a strong defense again in 2011 as they play in a stacked Big 12 conference. Number 16, the Georgia Bulldogs from the Southeastern Conference. 2010 was a very disappointing season for the Bulldogs as they finished with a losing record for the first time in 14 years. They capped off the season with a loss to Central Florida in the Liberty Bowl, becoming the first SEC team to lose to their Conference USA opponent in the Liberty Bowl. Much of the Bulldogs' problems stemmed from off-the-field issues, which kept several key players off the field and unable to contribute. The Bulldogs opened the 2011 season with the neutral site game against the Boise State Broncos, a chance for them to again earn the respect as one of the best SEC teams. Their 2011 conference schedule won't be as tough as it was in 2010, as they don't play Arkansas or Alabama. They still have their annual meeting with Auburn, but Auburn doesn't look to be as tough as they were in 2010. Now the offense is led by quarterback Aaron Murray, who is probably the best pure passer in the conference. He won't have the luxury of throwing to A.J. Green, so he'll have to distribute the ball equally until he finds another true playmaker he can rely on. It's going to be primarily a two-man running attack for the Bulldogs, after Washaun Ealy was released by the team after several off-the-field incidents. Caleb King showed promise, but again off-the-field issues prevented him from making a continuous statement. Incoming freshman Isaiah Crowell was the top running back recruit, and Mark Richt has confidence that he can rely on Crowell to carry the load if necessary. Crowell was the head of a strong recruiting class for the Bulldogs and completed the dream team, as Georgia signed several top recruits from the state of Georgia who look to contribute right away. The defense will enter their second season running the 3-4, so they've had a full year to work out the quirks. The front seven needs to become more physical and step up in the tough times. The secondary was soft and gave up way too many yards after the catch. They do have transferred Jarvis Jones to play outside linebacker. The hometown recruit will be back in Georgia and looks to be a great fit in the 3-4 with his speed and athleticism. And to recap, we have number 20 Wisconsin, number 19 Boise State, number 18 BYU, number 17 Missouri, and number 16 Georgia. Next up is segment 3 in ranking teams 11 through 15.